I spend quite a bit of time chatting to my students about things they can use actually on the golf course. Things like yardage control. How far do you hit your 9-iron, your 7-iron, your 5-iron? Do you know actually how far they really go, or you've just got an idea? Now most players I speak to are a bit ambitious with their yardage selections. They figure maybe a 7-iron goes 145 through the air, and it maybe only goes 125 through the air. So actually tie down your yardages and know how far they do go. Once you get those tied down, you'll actually start to look at the gap between 0 yards and your shortest club. Now for me, I've got 58-degree sand wedge, and with my full swing that goes 90 yards through the air. Now by the time I then face shots inside that, well, what am I going to do? How do I judge it? How far do I swing the club when I've got a 60, 70, 65 yard shot, whatever? Now I've got a little system whereby I use different lever lengths, so go up and down the handle, top, middle and bottom, and I also use just 2 swing lengths. So I use a full swing length, which is actually a little shorter than my regular full swing, which I'll explain in a second. I also then use a 9 o'clock swing, which is left arm travelling just to 9 o'clock position on the clock face. So my full 11 o'clock swing is a little shorter than my full real swing. My setup's a little different too, which helps that. So first of all, when I'm hitting distance wedges, I get the body weight a little forward, the ball position a little further forward towards left heel than it usually would be. And because the weight's a little left and stays there, it's going to curtail the length of the backswing a little bit. So instead of swinging maybe 11:30, it's pretty much 11 o'clock backswing for a full one. But that still leaves me maybe the shortest distance, 75 yards. So I still want to look at yardages a little shorter than that. So 60 yards is my shortest yardage, and I go down to the very bottom of the handle with that 9 o'clock swing. Now this is where it gets a little tricky. Use a camera, find out how far the 9 o'clock actually is. Most players will find when they try and stop here, that's when the slowing down process begins, and they'll travel further, eventually going a little longer. So it might feel like you're only swinging just beyond your right thigh before you move back again. So bottom of the grip, 9 o'clock swing. That should go 60 yards through the air in flat cam conditions. Now I'll then double check, what does it look like? Is it really 9 o'clock? And then if it is, how far has the ball travelled through the air? I'll hit a load of golf balls, well struck ones. I'll figure the yardage, and then I can use those in the golf course. Get the yardage book out. How far do you need to land the ball exactly? How's it going to react? Is it going to bounce and release out a little on a hard green? Is it a little slope towards you? Is it going to go past and spin back a little towards the flag? So once you know how far they go, how can you apply that knowledge on the golf course? So get yourself a yardage book, get yourself a camera, get your wedges out and go and do some work.